round 6. Yes. Hello. Here I am. I've always I've always been here, just somewhere else, maybe over there. Yes, I think it's good. Yep. Yes, round 6, Davo here. ASRNZ, AMS2. Amazing. We've got this far. The rounds are just flying by now, aren't they? We're in Brazil at Santa Cruz do Sol. So it's another anti-clockwise track. A little bit longer. Most of them have been around that 3 kilometre mark, but this is 3.5 kilometres. 15 turns, 9 to the left, 6 to the right. A lot more technical than the other tracks that we have been at. But look, these guys will adapt to this, no doubt. I don't think they're carrying quite the speeds that we've seen in the last couple of rounds. Takes them around 1:16. So last week they were doing around that minute mark to get around the track. So yeah, a little bit longer, but more corners, and so quality. So yes. Yeah, he did. Yes, unfortunately been caught up in all sorts of dramas of, some of it not his own, actually most of it not his own, but man, he'll be looking for probably the cleanest race. He'll be wishing for the cleanest race. Yeah, like you said, he had good pace in that practice session there. The early times showing through practice, I did see that Glyn was the top of the leaderboard there with a 1:16.5. So we would expect them to knock a good second off the times we're seeing, on the timing board as it stands, thereabouts for probably between Kenny. Kenny actually showed good pace there too, no surprises. But same format again, Davo. 2 30-minute races, and then we're watching qualifying session now, 10 minutes, and wonder if they'll be dashing in to get another set of tyres, like we've seen them do in the other qualifying sessions around that halfway point. They were with them trying to getting a couple of laps in and then ripping in and getting another set of tyres and having another crack. So. Go, Kenny. Yeah. He's damn near mirrored his practice time. Yeah. Again, these tracks in Brazil, they've got certainly got the elevation changes, don't they? Yeah, so it looks like they're doing that again, aren't they? So that tells me the tyres, yielding its best laps in the first, couple, and then it looks like they drop off. So these cars will be fueled pretty light as well, Davo, for these quality sessions. There's no point having that full tank of gas in. Yeah, maybe having to upcycle that, get those temps into the tyre on that outlap. No doubt they'll push pretty hard probably to get around and get a couple of flying laps, because they'd want to be they'll be able to get 2 flying laps at least. Yeah, so that's probably all they need. Look at that wicked chicane at the very start of the lap. It's pretty gnarly downhill. That's probably my favourite piece of track, looking at them go through there. Yeah. And then they flick kind of straight out of some corners that are blind into another apex that's blind. So yeah, they're certainly gonna really challenge their tyres here with all the tight cornering that's going on. Hey, this is going to be a cracker race when it lays out. Dry track conditions at the moment, not much wind. Track temps 27 degrees. We saw that go up into the 40s last week when they went to a race, so quite a lot cooler here. Yes. Yep, but a contractor Jim's mowing maybe. Oh, and look, someone else runs off in front of him. Lynn just lowering his time, actually, big time, yeah. 16.2, yeah, 0.5 ahead of Kenny there, wow. He's on a lap, but he's got cars, traffic in front of him, you can't help but think. This is gonna just hold him up a little bit if he gets up on the back of him at the wrong time of the wrong part of the track. Noticing the guys are using a lot more throttle control, like their application of throttle. They're really having to be quite subtle on their movements and the half throttle here and there. Bring it away. Going Ray, yeah. must be the cool down period. Yeah, nasty. Here we go. Is Farmer going to make an improvement as he rounds the final turn? Pips Dave 0 for yes, he does. Yeah, he'll be happy with that. There you go. That was quality. Dang, 10 minutes. It rips through so quickly. But Glenn on stellar time of 1:16.2 in first position. Davo Kenny on the front row with him. Farmer third. Dave 0 fourth. Aaron fifth. Brad. Better pace from Brad. Unusual to see him a little bit back there. And sixth, Stevo and Vaughan. Seventh and eighth, Bear Grylls and Pats. Filling out the final row there. Wow, good to see these guys all on track and really, really pushing their cars to the limits there. As we flick over to this race now, these guys would have dumped any quality sets that they've had and be looking at probably a different style of setup for the car, something that can handle a little bit more fuel. They'll certainly be making sure the car's got more fuel to make the distance. That's one thing you don't want to do, run out of fuel. And
absolutely.
Also probably making a few tyre pressure adjustments too as well to suit that, because I'm sure on those hot lap sessions they would have different pressures. So yeah, the mind focus will change now.
For sure.
We know that first lap stuff's crazy, gets the nerves going as the field's bunched up, and that turn one stuff. Look, they're going to lead down into that first turn one. You know, it's just over a 90 left, but that T2, that chicane. Oh, that's going to be. They can't go side by side through there, Davo.
No, they can't. Looks like we've got a little technical bug there. I think we've got a black screen at the moment, so just see if that just pops back on us. We've got some audio, but yeah, it's getting close to the start now.
Yeah, 30 seconds counting down until they go to the restart. Yes, do, Davo. I'm seeing what you're seeing, and sounds like the voice might be a bit on the quiet side too. I'm not sure if that's what I'm seeing in the chat room.
Yeah. I think my mic may have been a little buggy as well, like yours was earlier. We have a black screen, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, so I might leave JB to call the race while we just try and clear that up.
Yes, well, the race has started, I can tell you that. They've all got a good clean start so far. Glenn off into the lead quite clearly. Farmer flipping into P2 off the start there from third place. Dave 0, Aaron, Brad, Kenny, Stevo, they fall through. They've got through that chicane beautifully. No incidents there. They've figured out that you cannot go side by side. Vaughan just slipping back into 10th there. So again, Glenn away with a clean start, and Farmer the best of the starters, being able to jump that position on to first place. Into second place.
So nice work from Farmer there.
Yes, Aaron getting away to a clean start too. He'll be happy about that. The packs, relatively still bunched up. Yes, it's hard to think what these guys are thinking about when you're in this hard fought battle, low to the ground in these cars, up behind these massive rear wings that the cars have. So the visibility when you're up behind that cars, it's pretty intense. But again, a
Oh,
lot
for
of
sure.
off cambered corners. Glenn pulling away to a 0.6, 0.7 second lead now over Farmer. So 122s for their first lap. When we were thinking about a 1 minute 16 for qualifying time.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Now
they're
we've seen him do that the last couple of rounds too, haven't we? He's just he's quick in the quali and he just gets out in front and
oh
dominates.
no, we've just seen Farmer have a big shocker over the chicane, but he's gathered it back up miraculously. I know there's no footage there for you guys, but some of these chicanes, they're very tight, and the guys, running a little bit of curb to hop from one to the next. And what happened was the back of Farmer's car actually just picking up a bit of the grass and bouncing off the curb, and looked like he was lucky to save that, but he's just lost time, even more time to Glyn for that, allowing Dave Zero
Yep.
to close that gap. But if they cross the line, we're back live now by the looks for lap 3. The gap now to second place 1.8. Dave Zero tucked up under the wing of Farmer. Aaron.
Yeah, so
Nice.
just after that little incident with Farmer, has that just given Dave that advantage, and he's just got up under the back of the wing of Farmer's car in second there. There's a little bit of a show going on just behind that with Aaron and Brad Robinson, though, isn't there?
Yeah, and it actually come to think of it, Kenny was up the front there.
He
with
was.
Glyn,
And
he's back in
oh,
6th.
He has gone back.
So whether I missed something at the start, because I did see
something's gone on there.
Farmer did pop into P2 pretty quickly at the start of the race.
Yes.
So the camera view that I was on at the time did not pick up on it, but anyhow, Kenny has definitely slipped back. So he will be one to watch, because he's got pace, and he would imagine keep Brad very honest to the end of this race.
Oh, for sure. You'd think he'd want to move forward, but Kenny's so respectful when racing from behind. So, look at how close these guys are.
Remember, Kenny won the race 1 last week, and had a he was running in a nice second place in race 2 too, until he joined us in the commentary box nearly and stuck in the side of the fence.
Really late in the race. I think there's only about 2 or 3 laps to go. It's just...
Yes, unbelievable.
Oh, it's such bad luck. We'll just quickly recap with Glenn, like you said, with a couple of second lead on the boys, to Farmer, to Dave Zero, Aaron Enright, Bradley, Kenny Simpson. Those guys are close. All of those guys are close. Steve Belling, Bear Grylls. Good to see Bear back again this week. And Bear in form, hasn't he jumped into these cars and just really picked up on it quickly? Vaughan in 9th and Pat's rounding at the top 10. Where is the battle, JB?
Well, the battle's probably between Farmer and Dave Zero. That's the closest, one of the closest gaps there that I'm seeing. But however, not far behind. The gaps are still pretty close. There's actually a good train of them, really, between Farmer, Dave, Aaron, Brad, and Kenny. Steve-O just off the back of Kenny a little bit, but I can't help but think if the pressure gets pulled on from Kenny and Brad, and that will bunch up a bit and allow Steve up to the back of that for sure.
For sure. Just look at the in-car here from Dave Zero's cockpit here. Just the elevation change on this track is something else. Very tight, twisty place. A lot of blind corners. And you mentioned earlier the discipline on the throttle these guys are having to use.
You can hear it when they're,
You can.
know, they're just waiting. They're coming into corners and waiting, and turning and turning and waiting. We've heard them all talk about the final turn,
which they can open up
Dave
on.
was just get through there. But this section up here, look at this. He's going to come down to this, little tricky left-hander, but it's this next section of track that's outstanding. Like the way that they flip over these curbs, the real roll. Like look at like the attitude of the car. It's amazing.
And it just doesn't stop there. Look at it here. It just drops even further. Very reminiscent to not last week but the week before. So these guys getting used to these these tracks, aren't they?
Yeah, and also the way the cars are starting to behave and handle. And
Zero.
Talking about how they're used to the way the cars handle. We see Dave just
loop it up there.
Get the mocker again on him, but he's gathered it up. Lost a bit of time. Four positions, and although those cars had about a second between them all,
but no contact.
If you go off track, look what happened. He's now dropped 4 spots. So
yeah, very close pack actually. Even after these few laps, we've seen it previously where the field does. You get a couple little battle packs, but it does spread out a little bit. But yeah, very close tonight. And now we start to see that break up. They sort of pair up, and the fight starts to continue.
Just noticing Brad was further up the field there too. He wasn't 6. He moved up, but
he's well out.
I'm looking at his position on track, and we've missed something there again. Getting a bit slippery from the exit, but Brad's obviously had a bit of a
mishap. That car looks bad. Have a look at the front of that thing when it comes out from behind the hill here. It is not a pretty looking thing. It's I'd say that's had some very heavy contact with the wall.
You're right.
So unfortunate there for Brad. He will push hard back. He's actually just behind Dave Zero, who's also dropped back a few positions. Got Bear Grylls in front in 6. Steve Mellings actually just, with all that drama, has popped himself up into 5th. Kenny in 4th. Kenny and Aaron are the two that are pretty well stuck together the whole race here.
Kenny's on the charge now because we did see him drop back, remember? We talked about that. We missed something at the start, but here he goes. He's got the pressure on.
He's
Aaron
got the
big
pace
time
too.
now. Look at them fly over those curves.
Look at the undulations. Nice twisty stuff. They just get to open their legs, stretch their legs, open their legs, stretch their legs a little bit, and then it's just back down through the gears and into this twisty stuff.
Bear Grylls is now making massive gains and keeping a huge amount of pressure on the back of Steve-O here.
Yeah, hasn't he he's just picked up on these cars and run with it. It's awesome work from Bear. Had a big break from racing, and now back in the rig, and look at him go. Awesome stuff. Like you said, keeping Steve well honest.
Yeah, with plenty of time to go, 14 minutes left in the race.
Mate,
they're
not even halfway yet.
Yeah. And will we see those tyres drop off again at the back end? Will the rears go before the fronts? Will the fronts go before the rears?
Oh, you
we heard Steve-O popped in earlier and told us that the cars were, pretty tough to control in some certain sections of the track, and then would it be surprising if he sees another car either, on its side or even on its roof, depending on where they come off the track.
For sure. Well, we've just seen Bradley's car. It looks terrible. So it's already belted the wall very hard, square on in the front.
Isn't it? It's really stoked, isn't it?
Yeah. So, easily done around here. You got to get like an offside wheel out in the grass, and you got nothing, and you're up on the bank or into a wall. So it looks pretty tame, but definitely not tame.
Bear really hungry, isn't he?
Yeah.
So we've got a hungry bear here.
Hungry bear's a dangerous bear. Goes Steve-O. Aaron Enright has actually stretched his lead a little on Kenny there, JB.
Yeah, so I don't know if
not a lot.
Kenny had got really close and back.
Too close
and had a moment. But you're right. He has dropped back. So shout out to Pats. Cracking around there. The 123.8. It's good to see you on track.
Yeah.
Flying the Italian flag high there with your mate Dave.
Yeah, keeping it clean. Staying on track. Nice stuff. Good work, Pats, and welcome aboard once again to ASO and said all new drivers welcome, no matter their skill level. So welcome aboard, brother. Vaughan just up in 9th. A little bit of clean air there at the moment. Brad got past in his busted ass car and is now trying to chase down Dave Zero. As we just pick up on Bradley and in plenty of clean air himself, and probably having a good hard think about it. Very sideways. Sorry, John. Into the first complex of corners. Woo! Dave Zero, car pristine, in 7th position, doing nicely. Bear Grylls, as we were just mentioning, smashing it out. After
dropped off a bit. Yeah.
He has dropped off a bit, actually. I think that's Dave Zero just starting to rage up behind him, so maybe he started looking in the mirrors a little bit, flashing yellow every now and then. Or Steve-O's just found his groove and he's on the move. Some of those marbles on the track look like they're golf balls, but
they're like big blocks of coal or something.
Bloody hell. But Steve-O a little bit sideways as we see Bear Grylls around. Oh, just a little bit, like I said, you only get a little bit offside.
Full 360.
Excellent recovery.
Yeah,
Dave slides past, but he's just like, he's off, just pulls up first gear and he's out of there again. So.
Oh, that would have made a great replay.
Nice stuff from Bear. So that's only popped him down one position. Although I did see, I think Brad here, just... He'll be looking at the back of Bear's car now, just thinking, okay, I'll get him. It's 10 minutes to go.
Yeah. Kenny applying the blowtorch is back on.
Oh, here we go.
They're
here
side by side stuff here.
Kenny's past. Is he? No, he's not. Oh,
this is some close.
Back on the inside again.
Racing.
Wow. This is
very respectful driving. Isn't that great to see?
Yeah,
we got the bright yellow coloured car of Aaron Enright and the more mustardy yellow colour car of Kenny Simpson.
Yeah, Kenny Simpson in the number 16 car there. So those guys trading places through a few of those corners.
I'd love to see on board as Kenny comes through here on the back of Aaron.
Pick up on that camera angle.
Especially this gnarly bit.
This 2, 2, and 3, and Kenny's off. Here we go. Kenny together.
And that's a result of maybe being so close behind that other car. It's just such a tricky section of track.
Kenny will be dirty.
He will be. Aaron will be. Eyes forward, eyes forward.
No doubt.
And in fact, you know, Aaron deserves a podium. He hasn't had one this season so far. He's always been there or thereabouts.
And he's been doing well, and his pace is right. He's right there, but yeah, just bad luck most of the time, isn't it? Just getting tangled up in unfortunate.
Yeah, that's right. And talking about the pace, the boys up the front doing 1:18.1, 1:18.2. Farmer actually mirroring Glenn's last lap. A little bit off the pace that lap round, but they're a good chunk quicker than the guys behind that are battling, being Kenny and Aaron.
Yeah.
But then back to Dave, Devo, you know, he's in the 1:18s as well. So, you know, good pace back in the field there.
Yeah, so everybody pretty well in clean air except for the Aaron Enright Kenny battle in shoes. I just popped back into the cockpit of Kenny's car as he just has regathered and starts to range on the back of Aaron's car. See, oh, and there's that corner. Oh, is it this corner? I'm not sure. but
no, they're up through turn 10, 10, 11 here. Or they're winding their way through 12.
You can hear them feathering the throttle. Kenny just working on it. You see Aaron's car sideways. Both cars sideways into the final
turn here.
Yep.
Using all the apron off front there to maintain as much racetrack as he can use. Looking for a different line, searching a little bit there to the right to look for a bit of a crisscross.
Almost looked like Aaron was covering his line there. A little into one. This battle's on.
Yeah, it looks like it's a bit of a tricky place to pass, but with the way the cars, you know, go from left to right, a lot of the sections of track.
There's not a lot of space there, is there?
No, not a lot of space, but you see, we saw it before. Aaron and Kenny were side by side, but through the sections that led to the next track, next corner, depending on where you were, you know, that they had the rights to the next corner, and it was basically they would go through half the track before Papa popped it back out in the front.
Whether it had come to fruition or not, it's just like, and it's down this back section of the circuit here where it just sort of opens up a little bit and does allow them to be side by side. The early part of the track here, as they just go through the final corner here for another lap, but this first part of the track, there's no way you can take these corners at any sort of pace, side by side, into one very tight little 90-degree left. And
you can line each other up here, but what do you do at this part of the track?
Where do you go? Very intense racing.
Nice onboards there from Kenny.
As the battle ensues with less than 5 minutes to go. Whoa, this isn't going to end anytime soon. We've got Farmer. Oh, look, over 5 seconds behind Glenn. Glenn been out in front pretty well from the start. Farmer over 5 seconds behind Aaron and Kenny, as we've all been watching. In third and fourth, Steve-O fifth.
Yep, carry on, sorry.
Dave 06, I'll be quick. Brad Hugh Robinson in seventh. Bear Grylls 8th. Vaughan Martin 9th. Pats in 10th. We've got to get back up here. I can tell by the urgency in JP's It's getting agitated.
It's getting entertaining. It is the back end of the podium, and what we've seen in the last
Oh,
rounds that we've watched here, and these cars ripping around, and it always heats up at the
it
end,
does
doesn't
ramp
it?
up. It
And
does ramp up.
just when we think we know what's going on.
These guys get agitated as well. They know they've only got a couple of laps left. Kenny, you can see him sizing up Aaron. Aaron covering.
He has to though, doesn't he?
He does. He knows Kenny will get up beside him. They've had that. It's about 3 or 4 laps to go. Kenny chased him through the back section of the track, side by side, door handle to door handle. Aaron's just like going, no, not this lap, mate. Pulled that little bit of a gap.
Getting closer and closer as this battle
You would expect
carries
so.
on. Yep, Glenn's still up the front, 118.36 second lead now, really stretching his legs.
Yeah, Farmer may be falling back a little bit, knowing that he is no threat from behind. As these guys fight on, here we go.
Side by side now.
Oh!
Kenny right up on
Oh! There was touching.
Wow! How that car did not spin was incredible. You could see the car's attitude as it like locked side by side with the rear of Aaron's car.
It hasn't stopped Kenny from attacking. He stays on the back of Aaron and right there, and continues to apply the blowtorch here, JB. The cameras are terrible just where they get made contact there. The camera is awful, the camera.
The banks, the grass banks, yeah.
Oh, it just disappears. But we saw the contact and both came out unscathed, and it is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Kenny looking,
turn. Here we
looking
go.
for the big run he's using.
It's got it all. Oh, Aaron covers.
Covering.
Round the outside. No way.
Oh, he's going to hold him the whole way into the braking zone.
There's nowhere to go here, JP.
Yeah.
Just follow through. Oh, and watch the aero wash from the back.
Oh, great driving from Kenny to like stay this close, and also Aaron.
Aaron.
He's not making the mistakes. He's
Nowhere
covering where he needs to cover.
Here we go.
He's doing exactly what he needs to do, and what it's doing is creating a great spectacle for us.
Oh, for sure. And everybody and anybody that's watching tonight, these guys, you can see how comfortable they've got with the handling of these cars throughout the series, and look at these two guys go.
12 seconds to go. Glenn's crossed the line he's on his probably this will be the final lap. So this is it. This is it. We've got Glenn in first, Farmer in the lonely second. Aaron and Kenny is where the battle's at. Will Steve-O nab a podium if it all goes wrong in front?
Don't say that. Could it happen? Here we go.
Could it happen? Well, we've seen all sorts of crazy shit happen on these last laps.
This is the final lap. These guys, Aaron, very sideways. Not the place to do it, but Kenny's got nothing. I'm speechless momentarily.
I'm nervous.
For both of them.
I don't want to see these cars go around.
Fantastic racing with it. Look how close Steve Belling's getting.
Yes. He's right there too now.
He is right there. Kenny's, I think he just started to resign himself to. This has got to let this go as we see Gleno round the final turn.
It was in the
JB,
background.
I think that was Vaughan Martin.
Just died in the background. Oh my gosh.
Gleno.
Got on Farmer.
Farmer in second. Aaron in right. Kenny Simpson, look at this. It's still going.
Stevo's walked right into the middle of the final turn, Aaron. Welcome to the podium. You've
Nice
done it.
work from Aaron and Ryan.
P3, Kenny, Stevo. Look at them fly over the line together.
Yeah, good
what
fight.
a fantastic
Good fight
race.
from Kenny. Good work from Steve.
Ooh, Dave Zero crosses the line, P6. Brad with the busted front end of that car.
Oh, nasty.
Rounding the final corner, he'll be happy to see the end of that race. Bear Grylls showing great pace at the start of that race, all over the back of Stevo. Must have made a few unforced errors here. Car looks pretty straight, so saw a wicked 360.
we did.
From him, and Vaughan Martin, we just saw his car just destroy itself.
Messy
Glenn
stuff.
finished his race, so there you go. That was hard not to watch those
two.
Anyone else apart from those two, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And worthy too. A great battle going on there between Aaron Enright and Kenny Simpson there. So look, the podium.
Yes. Well, we've got to talk to third place.
User was moved to your
there
channel.
he is.
He's the man.
Yes, what a race. Third place. Welcome to the comms box finally, Aaron. You've nabbed a podium. Yeah. And what a fantastic race that was.
Yeah, she was tough. I'm sweating like a rapist, to be fair. But yeah, Kenny, pressure was on.
It was.
Luckily, he made a couple of little mistakes. So, but yeah, he was quick.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of contact there in the second last lap or something. We were both just holding our breaths, just go, whoa, and you both came out unscathed. It's just like, wow.
Yeah. No, it's probably the toughest track I think we've done this season, to be honest. It's it's unrelenting, eh?
Yeah. How about the tyres?
Yeah, they were pretty dodgy.
Yeah.
So,
fair enough.
in the rears or at the front or?
In the rears, if you'd gone in car, I was soaring at the wheel from left to right like a maniac. So yeah, she was pretty loose.
Oh my God! Well, look, hey, this is going to be one you're going to love to watch back, because I tell you what, the comms guys and the cameramen were just all over that battle with you and Kenny. That was where the action was. It was pretty lonely. Most of the rest of the race for some of the others there.
Yeah,
but
the rest of the field was pretty well. Yeah,
boring. We did see Steve-O buy into the back end of that too, as you were defending the relentless Kenny.
Yeah, no, he's Kenny's got it nailed all right. But no match for Gleno, of course.
Yeah, of course. Well,
so
congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
First podium for the season.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's going to do your championship well too, because you're gonna you've moved ahead there as well. In terms of position against Steve-O, so you've closed that gap.
Of course.
So yep, congratulations on that. Well, we'll let you get back to it and go and refresh, because you got to do it all over again, bud. And,
yes, I'll try to.
Let's hope it's as exciting for us as it was for you.
Yeah. No, thanks, guys.
Hopefully we'll see you in the next half an hour.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. See you, Aaron.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well done to Aaron there. Tough fought battle with Kenny Simpson there. So
tough fought battle, yeah. And that's right. And now here we go. He's this other guy here, P2 Farmer.
The other guy.
The other guy, he put it on P3 at the start. He nabbed a quick position, and he's pretty much stayed in that position the whole race. Yeah. Congratulations.
Hey, boys. Cheers.
Back again.
Pretty much how it rolled, bro.
So well, what happened at the start? We missed a little bit of the start. The cameras went down there for a couple of laps at the start of the race.
What happened? How did you end up in second?
Well, I was on P3. I was on P3 after a outstanding hot lap.
Oh, we did see that.
And quali, and then look, Kenny tried to start from P2 in second gear,
Oh,
and
that's
he
what
thought he
happened.
had a cunning plan that he could launch it off the line, and that did not work for him at all, and we just ripped him straight away. Yeah.
Okay, that's why he
Yeah.
went back and you went forward.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it
that
just
clears it
somehow
up.
we just sort of pulled away from those guys too. I don't know if they were tangling up or making errors or whatever, but yeah, what we ended up with a reasonable gap behind us there.
Well, there was
No?
a hell of a battle behind you with
That-
Kenny and
yeah.
Aaron that soaked up pretty much all the airtime. It was a fantastic race.
That was probably what was holding those guys back, because I honestly
Yeah.
didn't think I was that much quicker than them to
No,
be
well,
so far ahead on track, you know?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
you were matching Glenn's laps most of the time. He was a little bit quicker, but you two were certainly the quickest cars on the track there. But you're right, the other cars were just holding each other up in the amazing,
nice.
amazing battle that was going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I
but-
thought there must have been something pretty
Yep.
awesome
So-
happening behind me. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
no, look, I was never going to catch Glenn, and I was just seeing that gap behind me, really, just through the race, and here we are, mate.
There you go. There
Good
you go.
to see you boys.
It's good
Yeah,
to see you
good
too.
to see you too.
Thank you
bro.
very much.
It's only because of your awesomeness that we talk again. Farmer, so congratulations.
Yeah.
And
So-
wait, are you going to back up again?
Oh, we'll
The
see.
next
We'll
race?
see. Look, you never know. Anything's possible, or anything can happen. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll
Yeah.
give you a tip. Think positive, mate, and you'll
Yeah,
get there.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay.
See you later.
Nice work, man.
Cheers, boys.
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay.
Here we go. Shit, we better get Glenn. Where
We've
is
got another one.
User was
shit.
moved to your
Still got
channel.
We're
more.
moving
We've
through
there's
this so quickly.
Wait, there's
Yeah.
more.
he? Congratulations, Glenn P1. You did it again. You're smashing it out. Well done.
Cheers, boys. Yeah, no, Farmer was in for the ride. I think he was, he was still pressing on. So he couldn't lift or couldn't let go. She was she's a pretty techy little circuit.
Oh, I think Farmer's trying way harder than you would do those sort of times, mate. So well done. Just dominant stuff again. You start it right back in qualifying, mate, and you just don't look back race time. So it's a dominant performance once again.
Cheers, boys. Yeah, well, giving it our best go. So yeah.
Pretty technical track compared to the other ones too.
Oh, I mentioned earlier on to the boys, whoever designed this track, whenever it was set up, man, every corner flows into another one, and if it's not on the gas, it's certainly braking, changing direction, which is, asks a lot of the car. So, certainly you've got to pre-med all the corners, otherwise, you certainly tie yourself a knot, especially that, is it turn 5, 6, it's the blind left-hander, that's easy to get wrong.
Yeah, turn 5 looks like a bit of a carousel with no camber.
Yep.
But I think the most spectacular one was turn 2, that chicane. Far out, that's wicked.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, or 6, or whatever it is. Those first
Dropping down the hill.
Oh, jeez, it's unbelievable. But,
it's a white knuckle ride, I think.
Yeah, and like you're saying, that the whole track, every corner nearly flows into each other, and when it comes to racing, although you probably wouldn't know because you're way out in front, right? But some of the battles going on behind, very little room to get side by side, but some of the boys managed to do it. So
wow,
tricky track, tricky stuff.
The battle behind with, Aaron getting his first podium was just amazing with Kenny.
Well done.
Unfortunately, that's where the cameras spent most of the time, but it was good. And I'm just noticing in the background, a bit of rain there.
Oh man, it is absolutely caning down.
Here we go.
So there's every chance that this could roll into the quali session. Certainly dynamic track. We know that the track conditions are probably not going to be as good, but looking forward, I did see the race forecast looks not too bad, but qualifying could be a mixed bag, boys.
There you go. Well, look, good luck for quali 2 and race 2, obviously.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
Gleno, mate, well
appreciate
done.
it. Looking forward to the stream.
Yeah, good stuff, mate.
Champion, guys.
See you in half an hour, mate.
Well, we'll give it a go. Cheers, guys.
See you, mate.
Thanks.
User was moved out of your channel.
Oh, there you go.
There you go, man. What a cracker. That was awesome.
Wasn't it just? It's like, if that wasn't awesome, look, we're going to throw some wet stuff.
I'm just looking at the screen now, and it is literally pissing down. So, wow. Let's see if we can bring that vision up, actually. Let's have a look at that. Where is it? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Before we go to intermission, that is the pit lane as of right now. JB, I think it's time for a tea break or something. So,
Oh, you're going to need something a bit stronger than that. But yes, whew, let's go.
okay, we'll be back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, for race 2. Mics are off. Oh, are they? No, they're not. Welcome back, everybody, to the official coverage of the ASRNZ AMS2 series, the MRX Cup, P4 Cup. JB, we're back again. The track is moist, I hear.
Yes, the track is moist. We saw that shower that came in just after that race finished. It's been a short intermission that has passed, and we've been left with blue, clear skies. However, you're right, Davo, the track is moist, and looks like as they go through their qualifying, we'll have a true indicator of what kind of times they're going to do. We saw Glenn quality to a outstanding time of 1:16.2, quickest time we've seen. Farmer P1 at the moment in a 1:17.2, so that's a good second off the pace from what we saw. Now that could be due to, like, if that's an outlap. Oh, as I say that, Glenn goes and does the 1:16.2. So track moistness has nothing to do with anything, because he's absolutely replicated his time from the dry condition.
He has. And what else would we expect? Like, I mean,
well, we know he's quick, but I would have thought the track being moist would have been a little, maybe slippier, lower, but doesn't appear to be. Farmer, like a good second off Glenn's time there. Dave 1:17.2 also.
With Aaron Enright also 1:17.5. Ford Martin just coming around. I think that's might be Bear Grylls right behind, so just watch these two come across. Vaughan stays in 5th, Bear in 6th, Brad in 7th, Steve Milling in 8th, Kenny. He's had a shocking first lap clearly, or second lap, or all of his laps so far, because he's down a bit.
He's down way down, yeah.
And then Pat's in 12th with a couple of ring-ins there. So Gleno back in the pits, no doubt, for a set of tyres, you would suspect, JB?
Well, that seems to be the trend that we've seen throughout the qualifying sessions. About that 5-minute mark, they tend to heel in and grab some new boots, but yeah, finding track position seems to be okay at this stage. They don't really seem to be bunched up too much. I wonder if some of them will run longer.
Yeah, well, you wonder, don't you?
There we go. Kenny's got his lap in now, 1:17.1, but again,
still not
way off Glenn's pace. Way off. Yeah.
It was Glenn literally matching his Q1 time, isn't he?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Steve-O moved up P3 time. They're all close.
Oh, very nice from Stephen, actually. We'll get a 3 and pipping Farmer in the process, so
1:17.1, 1:17.1, 1:17.2, 1:17.2. Yeah, so yeah, very close between 2nd to 5th.
For sure. Is Farmer gets back and re-enters the circuit. I just wonder whether Glenn will even come back. He's probably happy with the 16.2.
Well, yeah, looking at what's going on the time sheet, there's no one remotely close.
No.
The Aaron around the final corner to complete his lap, and does he improve?
No,
he doesn't.
So again, well done to Steve Melling, actually, to put himself in the top 3 there at the moment. Farmer, Dave 0, up your game, boys. Here comes 0.
Surely there's going to be an improvement, and
stays in 5th. Stays in 5th again. We've got 2.5 minutes to go.
Running out of time to get some more tyres, aren't they?
Kenny's just actually re-entered the track with a fresh set of boots, no doubt, with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. So Oh God, what's he going to have? One flying lap? Or
No, he should get two.
Should get
another,
two?
yeah,
Okay,
he'll get this one and one more. So he's just started his lap. Just going through the carousel now.
so he'll get the out lap and one flying lap.
Yep.
Steve
Yeah,
Melling.
sorry, yep.
And Steve, right on the heels, like, and kudos to Stephen, like, look at the time from Kenny Simpson, how close they are. It's like hundreds of seconds, and
Same with Farmer and Dave Zero.
yeah, mate, this is some tight stuff, as you'd expect, and well, as you'd expect from the cars, but the track's so technical, you wouldn't expect them to be so bloody close. Glenn clearly staying in the pits. Aaron in 6th position. He's just looking for that. It's just the right line, something.
I think, you know, if he gets 3/10, he'll jump all of them.
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
Yeah. Well, apart from Glenn, but yeah. We should put him up on the front row. So
Yeah.
it's on for from 2nd to 6th at this stage. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure Aaron can feel that Terry's been so quick as he goes into the pits with 30 seconds to go. So that is not going to happen.
No, Gelder must have been going the wrong way. Bear Grylls actually not far off that group either. He's only another 10th of them. So even if he made a good improvement on his lap, he will be right in the mix. Brad, what is going on with Brad? He is 2nd in the championship and he is having a shocker tonight.
Yeah, it's shocker tonight from Brad Robinson. So unfortunate actually, because he's definitely got more than that in him. As qualifier starts to wind down, Kenny Simpson, here we go, the last ditch effort. Oh, 16.8, he does improve by over half a second on his time. Stays in 2nd, clearly. He's still half a second off Glenn. Bloody hell. You needed a 2nd to get in.
That's always a hard one as a driver too. You go half a second quicker and you're still going to find another half a second to get closer. Close enough. Oh, Bear, he's finding, is he going to make an improvement as he crosses the line?
No, stays
in 8th,
And Pat's in 10th as he rounds the final turn.
Here we go. Quali session is over.
Quali session over.
Glenn P1, Kenny P2, Steve-O P3, Farmer P4, Dave 0, 5, Aaron, Vaughan, Bear Grylls, Brad, Pats. But, you know, Glenn got that early time in 16.2. Donko of a time. Right at the start of the session and basically sat in the pits after that. And Kenny made headways late in the piece. Steve-O, he'll be happy with that.
He will be.
He needs that position, doesn't he, Davo?
Let's just, it brings that to fruition, absolutely. Farmer in 4th, up your game, Farmer. Dave 0 and 50. You knew too, Dave, up your game. Aaron Enright, we know he's got something in him. Let's watch him from mid-pack here. Vaughan, Bear Grylls, Bradley, Pats, and a couple of ring-ins at the back.
And I'll keep the guys informed that are watching about this championship. We know Glenn's leading the championship. He's got 89 points. Not far behind, well, 16 points behind, actually. It's a good chunk. Is Brad in 2nd place, followed by Steve-O and then Aaron. That's like where the battle is for the... I'm trying to talk about the top 3 in the championship here. And there's not much between Aaron and Steve-O and Brad, to be honest. So
there isn't.
So that fight for 2nd, 3rd is there. Aaron is really knocking on the the heels of Steve-O in terms of the championship, and he just took a podium then with Steve-O, you know, a couple of spots behind him. So that's a net gain. And we talking about Brad, he's only 4 points ahead of Steve-O in the championship, but he had a shocker. We saw that busted front end of his car in race 1, and again in quali down and P9. So
well down.
yeah. So this is hurting Brad. Yeah, he's very very off form. The Brad that we know. So this championship is going to tighten up.
It's wide open, really.
But yes, here we go, Davo. Another
race 2. Yes.
Light cloud, dry. I think it's in that shower.
Oh,
fly by.
Yeah.
Hasn't done too much to the track though, has it?
Well, we thought it might have washed it off a little bit. Qualifying might have been a bit slow, but Glenn, I can't remember his exact Q1 time, but damn, it was close to what we just did then. As the boys just get going again for race 2, round 6 here. AMS2, AMS2 series into T1.
Like stuff, they all bunch up.
Oh, well bunched up. Very close, very tiny though. Everybody looks, side by side. How do they go side by side? Do that? I don't know.
No idea, but it's
unbelievable. Look at this out of Vaughan Martin's car. At the back of Dave Zero. Just to get out of that curly stuff and start to open up through this back section of track. You can see the whole field pretty well there from the back, and there 7th, Bear Grylls right behind Bradley.
Harper and Steve are looking racy side by side.
Oh, and Steve-O wants a bit of it. He's got the inside line, but all these corners lead to another. I'm sure, look at this. Farmer just goes, no, thank you very much, but Steve-O goes, but I'm still here.
Yeah. And then we talked about this. One, if they can and do go side by side, it takes them a good part of the track. The farmers just
go.
Pop out.
As they look, as they go into the final corner, and he's got him.
Oh no! Who's on the grid?
Is that me?
Someone's on the grid.
How do we do that?
Not sure.
Unbelievable. Crazy stuff going on.
This is tight, this pack. Angrier than what it was before, closer than what it was before too.
Oh dear.
Aaron's moved himself up into P3, net gain there. Dave 0, P4, Vaughan, P5, Steve-O, P6.
I don't know what's going on.
Where's Farmer and Armour? He was up beside Steve-O before, but he's dropped back. That battle was red hot. Oh, what a pack of cars. Vaughan really in the mix this time. He was a lot further back. A lot further back in race 1.
Yeah.
But now carrying a bit better momentum. Way off the track on the final turn. Drifties in the grass, losing a position there. Side by side into one man. These guys aren't afraid of going side by side through that chicane. Holy shit.
Who's that?
Vaughan and Steve-O battle. That's on up there, Davo. The Vaughan battle.
It's crazy.
Having a crack.
Looking
Brad
at
in there.
front of Farmer's car. Farmer comes through from Bear Grill.
Yeah,
It's on.
an angry bear. A hungry bear. A hungry, angry bear.
Oh God, just excuse us viewers. We just having a few technical difficulties, but there is footage on screen.
Yes, the cars are still going around. No one's facing backwards yet. Quick recap. Glenn up the front, already extended his lead. No surprises. Miles out in front. 1 second. Kenny actually kept moving on us there. Aaron hunted now by Dave Zero. But that battle. Evo, Vaughan, Brad.
Steve, Vaughan, Brad, Farmer.
Farmer. This battle is going to go on. Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it's going to end well.
Yes.
Yeah, look at these guys are looking way more racy this race.
Aren't they? What?
Yeah, Glenn up in the 116s already. Kenny 117.1, Aaron 117.9, well 117.8, Dave 117.8.
And Dave,
Evo.
and look at it back here, nearly 3 wide there.
Farmer putting the move on Brad.
Brad, Brad, what's Brad doing?
Farmer,
What happened there?
Did Farmer just outbrake himself and go deep?
Brad looked like he totally got out of that and left him space. And quite possibly Brad was watching those braking markers and just going, oh, he's gone deep. He's gone way deep.
Because it just looked like Farmer went so quickly into the corner and it looked like he was backing right out of it.
Yeah.
But just popped out comfortably into position, didn't he?
Oh, wow. So crazy stuff. Looks, excuse the Brisbane viewers. It look like the stream's gone into spectator view or something. So we will just bear with it and carry on as we just follow Steve Melling, who's done a wonderful job to stay out of trouble. And lost a couple of positions though, JB, in the process as Aaron and Dave Zero slipped past him, so really part of the race there.
Yep, exactly. That's what happened, and yeah, what a start. The front guys are zipping away, but the battle between Dave and Aaron is heating up, and I think that one's gonna
continue,
isn't it?
Look, and Aaron, look, he was out of breath when we talked to him earlier. He's probably just thinking, oh my God, we're back. It's not Kenny this time, it's bloody Dave Zero, which is damn well as fast. So he's just Groundhog Day, I think, for Aaron. If he keeps his head down though, he's got another bloody podium position. It's a long way to go though.
That's right, and if he, you're right. If he keeps his head down and just drives his race, his lines, and don't worry about Dave behind him, he'll do fine. We know
that. Yeah, that's right.
But you know, it is hard though when you not to glance back and to watch those gaps and monitor. You do that as a driver.
You do.
Yeah, it's just you can't help it, but you do go better when you stop looking at that stuff too.
You just can't help it. Yes, and you stop breathing every now and then. Dave Zero not too far behind there. Steve Melling actually pretty close behind that little battle. Steve will probably be kicking himself a little bit. He was up there and has clearly got tangled up in something, or he tangled up with himself and dropped back a little. Bradley his car looks better this race, Toby.
Yeah, it does. It's not as bust up, is it? Well, look at that. 10 minutes gone nearly already. The time goes so
fast,
quickly.
yeah.
25-minute race. So,
Bear Grylls in 7th, Vaughan Martin in 8th, Farmer, hell of a scene earlier, and back in 9th, Pats in 10th. All cars are off the grid now, I suspect. As we just poke back up the front, we'll just have a quick squeeze at the championship leader, or the series leader, should I say, Gleno, out in front, race leader. And
we have a look on board at a lap.
yeah, it's Gleno. Let's watch him. Okay, here we go. Just here, like you were saying earlier. Listen to the feathering of the throttle here.
Here we go, turn it up. There's one lap with our championship leader, quickest car on track. Lynn.
Well, there you go.
Yes, that's what it looks like from the cockpit. Noticing a bit of signage on the track of, I think it was the exit of turn 6, so off the racing line, but certainly on the track. Bit of debris or whatever you want to call it.
Debris, yes.
The Dave Zero Aaron battle is probably staying status quo, but in for the back end of the podium, these are the ones that do generally go to the wire because there's that carrot. Get to the podium.
Absolutely, as we just literally tick over the halfway mark there in this race. Aaron holding down third pretty solidly and it looks like he's staying fairly focused there. Kenny up in front, who is obviously letting Glenn slip away, or Glenn is slipping away, nearly 7.5 seconds away. Dave Zero, back and forth. Steve Melling. Steve Melling isn't that far behind that little battle, as he wasn't, behind Kenny and Aaron in the last race. So Steve just in that same position again.
Hunting.
Yeah, and then he gets smell the blood.
Yeah. Knowing that the guys ahead are so close together and they're racing together, and he'll look at the gap and he'll know, he might not be closing as fast as he wants to, but he will still know he's closing.
Yeah, well, and Steve's such a numbers man. He will be watching gaps and numbers, his own lap time numbers and their splits, and if they get close, he knows they're going to slow down. and all he's got to do is just keep hitting his marks. He'll be up there. Although, don't have to look too far behind Stephen, and we see Brad Robinson probably trying to make amends for that busted ass car in the first race. And I think he's I'm not sure his times. I'm not privy to his times there.
Yeah, 118. Yeah, the 118 and
Compared
threes,
to Steve-O.
118 fours, so he's only a 10th. It's not much, so they're doing similar times.
Very nice.
Notice that the gap de-soaring a little between Aaron and Dave. Aaron gets a bit of a gap now.
They seem like at the beginning of the race was pretty intense, but they sort of got into conservative mode, haven't they?
Yes, they've all got, yeah.
It's
Like,
like
what just happened there?
yeah, points, boys.
Yeah. It was quite interesting when we were watching Glenn's lap, although it's only 1:16, which is quite a short lap. It seems like it's a long racetrack.
It does.
Like, as I think Glenn said in the post-race interview, corners lead to corners, which lead to corners, the way it all kind of flows together. But it seems never-ending when you're watching it. So for a short track, what I'm trying to say is it seems a lot longer than what its time actually represents.
Yeah. So this little transaction is getting a little closer as Dave Zero starts to range and is now probably getting some aero from Aaron, and this will come together pretty quickly as you see into the braking area to 1 0. Like just that little aero, that draft, isn't it, JB? That pulled him in, reeled him in so quickly there, eh?
And then what happens is that now their approach speed to the corner is, it could be another 10 kilometres quicker than what they were normally. So when they go to brake at the same point that they normally brake at, it doesn't quite stop.
Doesn't quite.
But they'll know that as race drivers themselves that they've got to be cautious of that, and then they just start to lose a bit of rhythm. So it's hard to follow sometimes in that aspect.
Yeah.
Because it goes, your driving style just has to change a little to what you like when you're in the clear air.
And you say,
but that's a good thing about racing, though.
Oh, for sure. And you say follow. It's different to the chase, though, isn't it? Because when you're chasing, you're behind. You're trying to wheel that car in. But
just so Aaron make a mistake
and Dave's around, easily takes advantage of it. Good catch from Aaron. Looked like he was well sideways.
It wasn't much, but like you say, good catch.
Yeah.
Just got that wheel on the grass, and it just upset the rhythm of his car. Caught it though.
Here we go.
Now it's
on.
Now the cars are switched positions, so this will be interesting to see how Aaron now attacks Dave.
And here we go. Here's another different attitude from the following car. He's a guy that's just lost his position and wants to regain it. It's not a guy that's chased him down for the last 10 minutes, and caught up to him and passed him. It's the red mist, that little tinge of red mist that comes over. Now,
Dave, there is another good battle starting to heat up, and that's between Steve Milling and Brad. It's just the couple of cars that are behind
Brad
him.
Passed. So Steve's gone back in position.
Yes. Again, we were talking about the guys that are fighting for second, third, and fourth in the championship are fourth, fifth, and sixth on track.
That's right.
In the wrong order. So it's a
interesting
to Aaron
at
this stage.
It's an interesting situation, numbers wise. So, it's going to be cool to see how the points pan out after this round then?
Yep. Brad will be hating the result, I would say.
Oh, for
Aaron
sure.
will be
He's had a
loving the
toughie.
result, and Steve-O will be going, oh, now the sandwiches just got
just
tighter.
yeah, because he's still sitting there in the same position.
But Glenn up the front, he's just going,
Yeah, and
come on, guys.
And look at the gap. Look at the gap.
Yeah.
Kenny's no slouch. And the gap from Kenny to Zero is, sizable. So, wow, Glenn just really.
In another league, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. In this race, it looked like we watched this Melling Robertson battle continue. We thought Glenn sort of stretched his legs a little bit earlier in race 1, but this time it is next level. Over 12 seconds out in front. Whew, a Melling right up underneath the wing of Brad Robinson then in that last lap. Oh. Who do you watch? Is it Brad Robinson?
Yeah.
Steve Melling? Is it Dave Zero? Aaron Enright? Aaron Enright and Dave Zero actually just got a little bit of gap between them now. Farmer in clean air, Vaughan in clean air, Pats rounding out the field in 9th. But Brad Robinson, Steve Melling, Pat's just good spatial awareness there, just allowing the boys to slip past. Nice work.
I think you were meaning social distancing, was it?
Yeah, I think I sort of mixed the two up. I sort of like blended that shit together.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, see what I did there?
Dave Zero actually gapping Aaron by quite a bit now.
It is Zero that's actually got the pace. It looks like Aaron might have just dropped off. Is he looking at the points again? Is he checking has he got the abacus out while he's driving?
Did he use up too much of his energy in the first race? We heard him out of breath. Is there much left in the tank?
Is there any more in the tank?
Is there anything left in the tank?
Oh, it's Melling up the side. Robinson into this tricky little bit where we lose a little bit of camera. We got Robinson off, I think. Robinson must be off.
Yeah. Evo's come out the best there. Brad again.
Back on track.
Car's not looking as smashed up. Still looks good.
I got a funny suspicion Stephen will. Will he? Was it Steve Melling's bad?
It's
hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. We don't have the replay, do we?
No, we don't. We normally can, on the AC platform, we can just nip back and have a quick look at that. But Melling carries on. Aaron Enright, look, definitely well back from Dave Zero. So Melling starting to. Oh, now he's got no pressure. Can he have a crack? We've got bugger all time left, JB. How quick does this? I just looked across. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh my God!
What?
Yeah.
2 minutes. All right.
So Stephen, lucky to get away with that. Let's get up the pointy end. Let's give Gleno a little bit of airtime. Dominated tonight.
Absolutely.
In the Motel car, number 34. On another level, I think it's the correct term, mate. Wow. Qualifying totally dominates. It starts the car and drives away. You haven't seen him hardly set a foot wrong. I've seen a couple of mishaps throughout the series so far, but
Hmm.
very, very little. So nice stuff. Kenny
what's-
Simpson, yes.
Going on here, just noticing Aaron is really close to Dave Zero now.
I
So
see.
Dave, this is on again for the back end of the podium.
Oh, it
Dave-
is.
Dave-
It is. It's
Dave
the position.
was way up the road. Well, not way up the road, but so is that a mistake? That must have been a mistake from Dave.
Well, it was way up the road for these things.
Yeah.
Pretty well, wasn't it?
Right, some of these cameramen are terrible with some of their shots, but
Yes. So Dave Zero, obviously with a little bit of a mishap there, put Aaron in contact there for the first half of the lap, but Dave off again already.
yeah, just looking at the last lap round, Dave was a 124.3, whereas Aaron's a 124. So
Yeah.
no cars around him. So that's he's made his own error.
Yeah.
Lost 4 seconds.
And now clearly trying to make up for it with a little bit of a wheel on the grass on the exit there of the second last corner as they run across the line for must be the last lap.
Time is gone from
Glenn,
the screen.
Glenn Dewar on lap 20. He ducks down into this crazy complex of corners. Totally dominated all night. He's pretty well dominated the whole season. We've still got more races to go, JB.
Yes, after this round
Yep.
here at Santa Cruz, we'll no doubt heading off to another Brazilian track. And there's the final 2 rounds to go. So only 4 races left.
And here we go. Glenn Dewar rounds the final corner. Takes the win
Clean sweep the round.
once again.
Well done, mate. That was spectacular driving there, not a foot wrong. Kenny rounds the final corner. Mustard yellow.
Oh, is it the final? Oh,
Corner, there we go. Well done, Kenny. Dave Zero. Little mistake late in the piece, but he's gonna get himself to the podium.
Yeah, nice work from Dave.
Aaron,
And right.
he'll be happy with the
Steve-O.
4th. Steve, oh man, he was
Oh.
charging at the end.
Mate, he's had some ding-dong battles throughout the night. Bradley. Oh. It's put an up and down night for Brad. Tough work, mate. Chin up. There's always next week. Ford Martin. It's a beautiful red car. Oh, front of that thing. That looks busted. Farmer. Oh. Farmer into the stratosphere. And Pat's rounding it out to finish off our evening. That was a fantastic racing again, JB.
Yeah, wasn't it just the racing? Man, that was hot at the start, wasn't it? That was hard not to be excited about what was going on track there because they were racing with so much attitude, weren't they?
Absolutely.
And then anyway, they all sorted their stuff out and and carried on. So anyway, let's get to the podium. We have Dave Zero.
Dave Zero.
Go.
User was moved to your
There you
channel.
go. Welcome to the comms box, Dave. You got P3.
Once again.
Well done.
Guys, that was such a. I was sweating. My God. Well, the start was hectic. Let's call it hectic.
Yes. Yeah. Looked hectic from up here.
And I was then I managed to follow Kenny into turn 1 at lap 2. We passed everyone. No, it wasn't Kenny. It was Aaron. I managed to follow Aaron, and we passed everyone, and that was really cool. And then I had the first sector I was slightly faster. The second sector I was way faster, but there's no way to pass in that sector. It's
No.
all, like 2 corkscrews. How can you pass there? It's
Mm.
impossible. So then I had to stay behind and hope on a mistake. And he was so much faster on the last sector, but then he made the mistake and I passed him. And then I got some gap and I almost lost everything because I spun again on the same turn.
Yeah. We didn't see you. We didn't see you spin.
Stupid.
We saw you have the gap, and we
saw the
why,
time.
You lost 4
seconds.
Yeah, 4 or 5
seconds.
Yeah.
And then I had 1 second and red tires.
Oh.
I did like Verstappen that did a complete spin and then kept going. Yeah, I did the same thing, exact same thing.
Oh, good fun racing.
Yeah, but it was really fun. It was really hard fighting, and fun cars. I don't understand it completely. It has like a Jekyll and Mr. Hyde behavior. I don't know how the first 2 guys can pull out those lap times. They're amazing because, when you have to really shift the weight on this car, it oversteers and understeers simultaneously in the same corner.
It sounds like a handful, man. As a driver, hard to balance. Yeah,
and you do sound like a little bit like Aaron sounded like at his driver interview in race 1, a little bit out of breath and very excited about what just happened.
More than excited. I'm literally out of breath. Like my legs hurt and arms because it requires so much control. Basically, I feel like I throw it into the corner and then I correct, and then I throw it in again and then I correct, and same thing on the exit. I like I have Parkinson.
Yeah,
it really makes you work hard.
Oh,
but it's fun. It's fun. I'm looking forward to get back on the GT3. Those guys.
Well,
I really look forward.
At least we know you're working for your podiums, mate. So
yeah. I'm working on my times.
So it's definitely a physical workout too. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
well, congratulations.
Good work,
Thank
Dave.
you. Thank you. Ciao, Lele. I just said hi to my brother. See you guys.
Thank you. Nice work.
There we go. That was Dave 0P3, race 2. Out of breath, excited, and
and rightly so. Like
having to work for it too.
We just mentioned Aaron after race 1 that got 3rd position. Had that very similar attitude. It's just like, wow, it was so hard fought, that 3rd position, as we saw. 1 and 2 drive away. That 3rd position was so hard fought. So, nice work.
Nice work, Dave. So here we go. We've got P2, Kenny Simpson. Well done, mate. Better into the race this time compared to race 2 last week.
Yeah, it's a bit better.
This is how you get to the comms box properly.
Yeah, I thought I'd take it easy this time. I knew I wouldn't get glanced, so I backed it off a bit, took it easy. Although the tyres were going off pretty bad, I don't know why, but I think I pushed a bit too hard trying to stave Glenn in the beginning. And
well, before you realised you couldn't keep up with him.
I wouldn't keep up with him anyway, but I was trying. But yeah, he had it over me on that one. So
yeah.
It sounds like you had to work for that too, Kenny.
I did, yeah. But that first race, holy Jesus! That was, oh my God!
Well, we wondered what happened to you because you were up at the front and the next minute you're back, and we did miss a bit of footage at the start on the stream.
Yep.
But it was cleared up that you attempted to start in 2nd gear.
Yes.
And how did that work? And how did that work for you?
I let the clutch out too quick, and it died.
Oh no!
I didn't practice enough. I'd done a few practice. Oh, that's 2nd gear. You get
that's quick.
Right.
Yeah.
It was really good, but it didn't work.
Yeah, but wow, there you go. So you're going to have a crack at that again, maybe next round, the 2nd gear.
I think I will. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just, by the time you let the clutch out, it's nearly out.
Yep.
So I just got to judge the
bite on it. Yeah.
They're already gone.
Yeah.
Letting it out.
That's right. Oh, look, mate, it was a pleasure to watch. Actually, you're on fire again tonight, and yeah, a couple of little unfortunate little things like second gear stuff, but yeah, nice work, mate. And how were the tyres? Actually, just quietly.
Yeah, nearly gone. Yeah. The right side was
It's
gone.
the rears again.
Nah.
The fronts were
Yeah,
bad tonight.
right rear was gone.
Yeah,
I going to the left. I was into it because I had better tread that way, so I was
yeah.
trying to wear them out even. But anyway, but, yeah, no, Glad had he had it all over us tonight, so
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
No.
I used his setup too, and it was pretty good setup.
yeah, no, good stuff, mate.
You're like the first stream. It was great. You had an amazing battle there.
Oh, wasn't it? Oh,
You tried everything. We saw you trying, and there was side by side stuff. There was a bit of bit of everything, and it soaked up all the
I thought I
airtime.
had
So
him down through the S-bends there, but he didn't let go.
No, no, he didn't. He didn't.
So I lucky I went over on the grass a bit. We would have been both gone. But
Well,
he was going good.
everybody we interviewed on race one all said the same thing as you just said. Just like, that was just psychotic. It's just, yeah,
It was pretty good.
it was a good watch. Anyway, Kenny, congratulations, mate, on second again for race 2, mate. We'll see you next week.
Yes, for sure.
Awesome stuff, mate.
but
Right.
Unky.
Thank
Good
you.
on ya.
Cheers.
User was moved out of your channel.
Yeah, working for it and enjoying it.
And look, they're all singing the same tune. John, I tell you, except for this, probably
Yeah,
except for this next
here-
guy.
here-
moved
yeah,
out
I
of
don't,
your channel.
he's just like, oh yeah, whatever.
Wait.
Yeah. Well, so were you trying to lap everyone that time, or what?
What's
'Cause you're miles ahead.
We were out there doing our thing, man. We're just trying to keep our nose clean, and because like you're always just one spin away from being back of the pack. You know what I mean? Even with a good lead, like the first race, 6 seconds or whatever to Farmer or whatever. I knew that if I got it wrong, he was coming through. So, and I just didn't know whether Kenny was foxing at the start, just trying to look after his tyres, and was going to come back at me because we know he's pretty good late in the race.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I don't know, just eyes forward, drove my own race, and hey, I guess the bonus is I got an awesome stream to watch. Apparently, talking to the guys.
Yeah, well, you didn't look like you were going to spend any time, mate. So
Yeah,
don't give us that malarkey.
we had a nice onboard quiet lap with the volume cranked up with you, and yeah, the car looked perfect. So
Yeah.
Perhaps, like you said, perhaps there was no way it looked like you were out of control.
No way.
Now I just mentioned to the guys, I think it's the best car I've had all season. Like, it's definitely the most hooked car, and it's just an evolution of everywhere else we've been. I just keep tooling with the car just a little bit each week, and man, it's hooked. It's hooked.
Getting better and better, and we're noticing it actually with all the boys. Like you can see everyone getting more and more comfortable with the cars, and then they come here.
Yep.
Which was like a seriously technical track, and because the last week and then the week before we could see the progression.
Yep.
And they're getting quicker, and everyone's driving a bit more sideways and with a bit more confidence. And they come here, and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah. And it's very, very technical. Like the guys are all saying, they're all, I think Dave Zero had cramp, and there's a few others that need hydrating, and and the other thing to think about too is I just remembered vaguely talking with Steve-O earlier in the season when we put this track back together. We did keep the more technical tracks for the back end of the season, knowing that hey, look, the guys had been, I guess, more comfortable in the car and better engineering probably by the stage of the season. So
yeah, for sure.
Expect the next two to be quite techy, and then obviously there's a little bit of talk in the background about one of them being raining and potentially one of them being at night, and we've still got that Chinese whisper in the background about the tyre wear going up to 3 times instead of 2. So just bear that in mind, and if that happens, we'll be sure to let the comms team know what's going on.
Yeah, well,
there you go.
It'll be fantastic to watch, that's for sure.
And you heard it here. It's first hand, people. So
Yeah. So no, look, I sort of just talking to the guys. Sounds like there was some really, really big battles in the start of that second one. Sounds like Farmer got beat up a little bit for the first time ever.
Oh, he did in the second race, yes, last race.
Yep.
Yeah.
Farmer doesn't normally go backwards; he normally moves forward. So that'll be entertaining.
Wow. Yeah, no, tough race for Farmer, definitely in race 2.
Yep.
But again, dominant performance from yourself, mate. Can't wait to see what's up for next week,
Yeah.
my friend.
Yep. No, we'll
Yeah.
take it while we can get it, mate.
Well, you got a good, healthy lead in the championship, so unless something drastically goes wrong in the next 2, but with the technicality and the changing conditions that you just mentioned, that could certainly spice it up for anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yes, the swan song is not over yet, but wow, dominant again.
Yeah, cheers, boys. Thank you.
Well
You're
done.
welcome, and thank you, Glenn,
Yeah,
for
sweet, mate.
delivering such a great product to watch tonight.
I'm just hoping that the lap you watched on board was a good one. That's all.
Well, you won't know unless you watch it.
I will, mate. I will. 100.
Good on you, mate. See you next
Cheers.
week.
Okay, thanks,
Well done,
boys.
mate.
Appreciate you.
Ciao.
Cheers.
User was moved out of your
There
channel.
you go. That's another wrap, JB. What an awesome night, mate. These guys never fail to deliver.
It goes so quick too, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. I guess that's sprint racing and exciting. But so yeah, what we're hearing, technical tracks coming and a bit of a mix up.
Oh, anything could happen. You don't even know. Nobody will know. It'll just happen. So, hey, look, just a quick apology for technical dramas again. Like, you should be used to this by now here, with Davo pressing the buttons lately. Few technical issues tonight, a little bit of audio, a little bit of a visual, but we are here. We're here every Thursday night, JB and myself. Yeah, look, we've got 2 more rounds, I think it is, JB?
Yep, 2 more rounds. I'm not sure exactly where they are yet.
No.
But we do know they're technical.
And anything could happen.
And in Brazil, yeah, and probably anti-clockwise too.
If anybody wants to put bets on that, just post it up in the group chat. But anyway, look, that's enough of that. Mate, it's been awesome, JB.
It's a pleasure.
We'll see everyone next week. I've been Davo. This is JB, and
we'll be here, like you say.
Next week. Hopefully, all our mics are working next week, so you can hear us. Anyway, good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us.